Welcome to the Society. I'm Feast of the Unicorn.
And I'm an entire turkey dinner. It's Thanksgiving.
Fair enough. Today, I'm feeling pretty thankful.
I am too. You know what? I'm glad that we get together and do these videos. I'm glad that it's the time of the year where people get together and really have a good time and sharing meals.
And we're here doing this.
Yeah, and we're here doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're together though.
That's true.
Yeah. And they've come to be together with us.
You guys are in my heart. So what are we doing today?
Well, today we're doing our top 10 cards to bring people together.
All right.
Woo!
All right. So here we go. Our top 10 picks. No particular order.
Yeah, what we did was we decided to go a little draft style. We each picked 5 cards.
50 cards?
50 cards. We each picked 50 cards, and we fought back and forth for days, and we parsed them down to 5 cards each. And now we're going to present them to you guys. It was difficult because there's not 50 cards that actually do this, so there was a lot of duplicates.
All right, so my first pick is Howling Mine.
Perfect card.
2 mana cost artifact. At the beginning of each player's draw step, they get to draw an additional card, as long as Howling Mine's untapped, of course.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's classic. Goes back to original days of Magic. Who doesn't enjoy a Howling Mine?
I mean, normally when I see one, I'm concerned.
Naturally, because, you know, you're playing against me and I'm throwing down Underworld Dreams eventually and just making you draw all sorts of cards and killing you. I get it. But the spirit of it is, hey, let's all have more cards.
Yeah, that is true. The spirit of it is giving, which is giving everyone more cards.
Exactly. I mean, the picture is definitely like a really creepy looking mine that is definitely ominous.
Yeah, it's if I was going to that mine, I wouldn't be like, oh, there's definitely going to be a Thanksgiving dinner at the end of this tunnel.
Or maybe there is, but you're the meal.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is like the slaughter shaft, and I'm not interested in it. But this is my pick, and I think this is a good stepping stone, good starting stone here for this.
I would agree. Now on to our pick 2, my first pick. And I'm going with Mana Flare, because who doesn't like extra land?
Very solid choice.
Exactly. You tap it, a land, you get to produce extra mana. It's awesome. Now that mana burn's not a thing, there's no downside.
And my favorite part about it is you paid the 3 for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it kind of hurts me when I play it on that first turn, but for the rest of the game, we just get bonus mana moving forward.
Yeah.
It's great. And if we're doing like a 2-headed giant kind of thing, maybe we're on a team, I play down my mana flare, then you start putting out these heavy hitters.
Yeah, or I play Halloween Mine.
Yeah, exactly.
For one tap.
Our strategy is just to give the opponent all sorts of extra resources.
Yeah, just we beat them with more the same resources.
Exactly. We're going to give you to death.
Pick number 2 for me is Exhume. 1 colorless, 1 black sorcery. Each player gets to put a creature card from his or her graveyard back onto the battlefield. This card is me all day.
Yeah, it's really great if it happens mid-game, because I'm definitely going to have creatures. You're going to have creatures. We all get a creature.
Yeah, it's definitely great. I mean, because if your cat dies and my cat's still alive, I'm going to dig him up and put him back on your porch.
All right, things just got weird. Did you kill my cat?
What?
Wait a minute, I don't have a cat. What are you talking about?
That's a good point. Someone might have lost a cat.
All right, well, you know what happens when you lose your things, your creatures. You want them back. And that segues into my second pick. I'm going with Homeward Path. An awesome commander land. It gives you colorless mana, but what it really does is each player gains control of all creatures he or she owns.
Yeah.
So in these big games, when you're taking my stuff, I just take it right back.
Yeah.
But not only do I take it back, everyone gets all their stuff back. It's awesome.
I mean, that is definitely good. I have no queries with it other than I wish it was called Homeward Bound, but
that would be a little too perfect, and also a joke that only our older Lotus Society members are going to understand.
oh come on, Homeward Bound's not that old.
Homeward Bound is like 45 years old.
No, really?
All right. I'm fairly certain it was made when film was created.
I'm not that old.
Homeward Bound is a black and white silent film. What are you talking about?
It's about dogs finding their way home.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. But it is old.
Okay. All right. Pick number 3. And a beautiful vintage master's art to go along with it. Wheel of Fortune. 2 colorless, 1 red sorcery. Each player discards his or her hand and draw 7 new cards. I mean, I know it's a little controversial with, the discarding portion of this, but I thought, we recently talked about Time Twister, and I didn't want to just throw another duplicate up there.
Let's be honest, no one likes to discard cards. That being said, usually this comes out in the middle of the game when everyone doesn't have a hand anyway, or I have the perfect hand and I'm ready to win, but now I get rid of them and I draw 7 lands, but there's 7 new lands I get to look at.
Yeah, maybe one of them will be Homeward Bound.
Homeward Path.
Homeward Bound.
It's an old movie. No one cares.
I love that movie.
It is actually a really sweet movie.
It is a sweet movie.
I always feel pretty happy after watching
We're
it.
supposed to be thankful. And here we're, just killing each other's cats. And
I don't have a cat!
Somebody had a cat.
Let's just watch Homeward Bound.
Okay.
Now on to my third pick. Unlike you, I don't want people discarding cards. I want them putting them right on the battlefield. So that's why I'm picking Eureka. An awesome, awesome card from Vintage. I'm fairly certain the last time we saw it printed was in Legends. I don't see another reprint anytime soon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because they did tease. They teased me so hard.
In fact, it might even be on the reserve list. I'm not certain.
I don't know. I'd have to double check. Vintage Masters, biggest tease in the world. I remember when they announced it, and I saw it, and I started reading the article, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, online only.
That's so depressing. And not even necessarily because of reprinting cards, but man, there was some awesome artwork picked.
Yeah.
Just like Eureka's artwork.
That's true.
Now back to the card, though. Starting with you, each player can put a permanent card from their hand onto the battlefield. And you just repeat this process until no one puts a card on the battlefield. Everyone wins.
Yeah. Unless, of course, I'm just playing instants and sorceries.
Yeah, then you lose, but that's on you. I told you to bring, good things to the dinner so we can all have a good time. And you sat there and you brought, sugar-free, fat-free pie. No one wants that.
Hey, man, I'm trying to keep my girlish figure.
Great. Not on Thanksgiving.
That's fair. My fourth pick. Here we come. Hive Mind. Not to be confused with, hives and other hive-like things that we'll talk about.
What?
At 5 colorless, 1 blue, nice enchantment. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. Each of those players may choose new targets for his or her own copy.
I mean, that's interesting because, yeah, you're giving them copies of your spell. They're giving you copies of your spell. It is kind of the perfect analogy for a Thanksgiving family dinner when everything is in chaos. Everyone's yelling at everyone else. You can't understand what's going on. People are drinking. The game's on.
Yeah. All you want is handfuls of crescent rolls, and you're trying to reach past that uncle that's definitely asleep or dead. We're not sure.
Exactly.
But you just want the crescent rolls at any cost.
I mean, who doesn't want the crescent rolls? I know I do, and I will fight you.
Why are we even making a film right now, and why are we not eating crescent rolls?
Let's just go make crescent rolls. But after we do our last 3 picks.
Well, this video is taking forever. We've already watched Homeward Bound. And now we have to go make crescent rolls. We have to go get and make crescent rolls. This is gonna be the longest Thanksgiving video ever.
We'll edit it down so it seems like we all did it in one sitting.
It's just very depressing, and I feel like no one's eating my cat souffle.
Who had a cat? What did you do with the cat? Moving on from the cat, I'm going on to my 4th pick.
It's a souffle.
I don't care. Show and tell. That's my pick.
I showed you and I told you about it. What is the problem?
I'm going to show you and tell you that with this card, every player gets to put a permanent, or not any permanent, an artifact, a creature, or enchantment, or a land, so basically all the permanents, onto the battlefield. And that's it. Everyone gets to do it.
Is there an errata for this for Planeswalker? I don't think
Ooh,
so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so because what do we got here for art? Conspiracy? Ooh.
Yeah, no. So there's no errata for Planeswalkers then. So yeah, not every permanent, just the most of them. But it's great. You just put a card on the battlefield and you're done. Everyone gets to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's not at all like Harmless Offering, but that has there's a cat on that.
There's a cat on that. We're not talking about cats anymore. No, this is a perfect card. It reminds me of like my childhood when everyone has class and we have our show and tell period, and I bring in my little book and I'm like, hey, look at this, it's awesome. And then someone else brings in, like a diamond or something. I don't know. What I'm getting at is you have to make sure you have the best thing to put down there, or you're gonna lose out. But everyone still gets something.
That's true.
So like you get your cat.
My cat's fine.
I get Emrakul.
That's fine. All right, and for my final pick, I'm going with another 3-drop enchantment, Rites of the Flourishing. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Each player may play an additional land on each of his or her turns.
That's great. It just kind of speeds the game up for everyone. We all get extra cards. We get to play extra lands.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's just a nice giving card. This is a nice giving season.
This is honestly the perfect example of sharing and giving.
That's true. And there's nothing more I'd like to do than share my time here with you editing videos and spending a lot of time in bed with my cat doing cuddles.
I want you to take these ideas that you're talking about and get rid of them. Put them on the bottom of your mind and draw into new ideas.
All right.
My final pick, Teferi's Puzzle Box. I love this card. It allows you to see so many beautiful cards in your deck. And who doesn't like that?
I mean, if it's beneficial in the way that I get to rotate through my deck and just reminisce about what my deck is supposed to do, yeah, I guess it's great.
It is. That's what it's for. Forget about the rules of the game. Forget about taking your time. You get to look at not every single, you get to look at a lot of the cards that are in your deck that you spent so much time and effort cultivating and putting into this deck. I'm giving you the joy and the gift of being able to look at those cards while taking the cards you've already seen, and frankly, you're probably bored of at this point, and putting them away at the bottom of your library. You just rotate through everything. It's the gift of future knowledge.
I thought you were going to say it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is the gift that keeps on giving, as well as kind of taking away, but not really taking away, just shifting.
You just don't want me to look at it as taking away.
It's not taking away. I didn't say that. You're a fool.
All right, that's fair enough. But what you are saying is I'm putting everything at the bottom and then it's coming back to me eventually.
Eventually.
So I will remember the cat.
Eventually, but in like 4 or 5 videos from now.
Fine. All right, guys. Well, that is our top 10 picks. Not in any particular order. 5 each. What do you guys think? Is there any cards that give you the gift of giving, for both players that we missed?
What cards bring you and your friends together when you're playing, Two-Headed Giant or other type of games?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below. Now, one other thing we wanted to mention, with the holidays approaching here, today is Thanksgiving, but also we have, Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, all that approaching. We will be going down to a lower video frequency.
Yeah, we'll probably drop about 1 per week for the next couple of weeks. But don't worry, because once we get past this new year, we're going to be back in full effect.
Yeah, start of a new year.
A new us.
A new us. And as always, keep them salty.
Tap them down.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope your turkey or tofurkey or whatever you're eating is good.
Cat souffle.